things that we go through, right? It's like we become adults and we just like put it in a secret box and we toss it somewhere. And we say, well, that's over now. We start feeling ourselves. I'm big time now. I got my job now. I got school. I got me now. It's all good. Then we get in these relationships, right? And we're in relationships with people that can't support us. We're in friendships with people that can't support us. They constantly have drama going on that we're somehow getting wrapped up in. We see ourselves struggling with food addiction, alcoholism, depression, all these things. And we want to fix right now. We all have become, myself included, we are a microwave generation. I want to fix this problem right here. I want you to help. Like, people come to me, Tanisha, I want you to help me set boundaries. Okay. But we're going to have to go back there. Right? Now, do I just have a love for inner child work? Absolutely. I'm not going to lie. Even in my 9 to 5, I counsel families that have children from 0 to 5. So it's like, yes, this is very near and dear to my heart. I've been doing this for 18 years. But the reason why I bring it into my coaching practice is because of that first thing that I just told you. 80% of the brain grows from 0 to 5. When I found that out, it was like, I love candy. It was like somebody locked me up in a candy store for 2 hours. And I was like, oh my God, I got it. This is why. Okay, so all I gotta do is go back there and then figure out what happened, and then I'm gonna be good. Went to therapy, went back there, and I was like, oh my God, how did I forget that I didn't see my dad until I was 6 years old? How did I forget that I lived in a one-bedroom apartment with my aunt for 16 years of my life? How did I forget that I can't even remember having my own room until I was 17 years old? How did I forget sleeping on the floor? How did I forget helping my aunt change her diapers when I was 9 years old? How did I forget having to cook my own meals because my mom was working 2 jobs, right? And I ain't even gonna keep going on and on because y'all gonna be like, oh, I don't want y'all to have empathy for me. But what I'm saying is, when we go back there, you will have your own epiphany moments, just like I did. I mean, I had literally blocked out the voice of my little Tanisha for so long that I even forgot that I was in ICU for 7 days when I was 16. 3 of those days I spent by myself looking out the window crying. I had just found out I was diabetic. I was literally sticking needles in my stomach and in my thighs at 16 years old, trying to figure out what is insulin, how to stick my finger. And I remember I used to just cry every single day. And, the nurse would come in and try to make me feel better, and I would just cry. I would just cry. I had completely, because I was like, oh no, no. I am Tanisha Johnson. I am an author. I'm Tjselfcare. I'm 37 now. I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. And I completely forgot how those things impact me. And I'm wondering, have you also? The things that you have gone through. Have you forgotten the impact? Have you forgotten that they even happened? But this is the thing that I want you to get while you're here. You have physically forgotten them, but mentally it's still there. It's still there. It's working in your subconscious. So when you see yourself doing things and you don't even understand why you did it, it's because that inner child in that moment has literally taken over. Codependency is our inner child literally taking over. So when you want to set boundaries, the reason why you get scared is because that little Tanisha, that little Trish, that little Jeanette inside of us is like, no, we can't set boundaries. You can't say no. Because if you say no, people aren't going to like you. Nobody's going to be there to love you. That's the fear that our inner child had, but that's no longer a fear anymore. But because we haven't done the work to heal on it, that's why it's still a trigger. That's why you still respond that way. And that's why I try to share with my clients that the fear that you think you have is not real anymore. At one point it was real, but it's not anymore. But because you haven't done the work to heal, that inner child is still stepping in and operating over your life. When you see yourself in a relationship that you know you need to let him or her go, but you can't seem to do it, that's your inner child scared because they weren't able to. So now they got you thinking that you can't either. But guess what? You're not 5 anymore. You're not 6 anymore. You're not 7 anymore. Like, you're an adult. You in your 20s, you're in your 30s, you may even be in your 40s or your 50s. Like, those things that happened to you when you were a child, it stays there. So now what you have to do is the mindset has to leave there because the memory's gone, right? Whether it was a physical trauma or emotional trauma or whatever people did to hurt you, right? That moment in time is gone. We've moved on. 2021 now. But your mindset is still in that scenario. Your mindset is still 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And that's the reason why you see yourself still doing things that you don't want to do. Right? And it's literally a battle. It's an internal battle because you know the direction that you want your life to go. But your inner child is like, we can't do that. It's based on rules that you lived by years ago. But you're like, no, we have to do this.